Concurrency problem in DBMS. Before go through this article, have a discussion of transaction in DBMS. A transaction is a set of logical related operations. A transaction goes through different states throughout its life cycle. Asset properties are followed by each transaction to ensure the consistency of database. Now, what is concurrency problem? When multiple transactions execute concurrently in an uncontrolled or unrestricted manner, then it might lead to several problems. Such problems are called as concurrency problems. The concurrency problems are dirty read problem, unrepeatable read problem, lost update problem, and phantom read problem. In the previous video, we discussed dirty read problem and unrepeatable read problem. In this video, we discuss lost update problem and phantom read problem. Now, what is lost update problem? These problems occur when multiple transactions execute concurrently and update from one or more transactions get lost. When two transactions that access the same database item contain their operation in a way that makes the value of some database item incorrect, then the lost update problem occurs. Here is an example of lost update problem. It's two transactions, transaction T1 and transaction T2. In transaction T1, read the value of A, say rupees 10. After that, transaction T1 update the value of A, rupees 10 to rupees 15 in the buffer. Then the transaction T2 does blind write without read, write write the value of A equal to 25 in the buffer. After that, transaction T2 commit the transaction. When transaction T1 commit, it write the value of A equal to 25 in the database. In this example, T1 write the overwritten value of X in the database, thus update from T1 get lost. Note, this problem occurs whenever there is a write-write conflict. In the write-write conflict, there are two write, one by each transaction on the same data item without any read in the middle. So, this type of problem is called lost update problem. Phantom read problem. Phantom read problem occurs when a transaction reads some variable from the buffer, and when it reads the same variable later, it finds that the variable does not exist. Here is the example of phantom read problem. In this example, there is two transactions, transaction T1 and transaction T2. Here, transaction T1 read the value of X. After that, transaction T2 read the value of X. After that, transaction T1 delete the value of X. Then, transaction T2 read the value of X but does not find it. In this example, T2 finds that there does not exist any variable X when it tries to reading the X value again. T2 wondered who deleted the variable X because according to it, it running in isolation. So, this type of problem is called phantom read problem. Thanks for watching.